on in, guys. Okay. Here we go. Dylan, grab a seat here, buddy. All right, good morning. How is everybody? Awesome. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Okay. Couple of quick tips, guys, before we get cruising here. Obviously, the elephant in the classroom, we talked about this a little bit. There's a couple, 2, 3 cameras and some recorders in your desk. Just be acknowledgeable. The ones that are at your desk, do not touch them or knock them over. They're taped on, but just be very careful with them. We don't want to knock them over. They want to get your awesome audio then if yours got turned off when you guys knocked it over. So just be very, you're going to be moving and shaking around the room a lot. If you have a yellow Post-it note with you, make sure you take that with you. Okay? Other than that, it's just a normal classroom. We're all hanging out together third period just like normal. Okay? All right, let's get cruising. Of course, special edition, Science in the News today. Who's got a Science in the News article with them? We got a 1. We got a 2. All right, 2's not bad. We'll do 2. Okay? We'll start over here, and then we'll cruise over to Roseanne. All right? Listen up, guys.
The title is NASA Video Shows Ancient Mars as Lush Water World. And it's about, like, NASA made a video showing, like, it was, like, animation, and it was, like, 4 billion years ago that Mars had, like, lakes and rivers, and it looked like Earth could have looked like Earth looks now, and it dried up, but NASA is sending today a spacecraft called Maven to like look at Mars and try to figure out why it lost its atmosphere.
All right. Very cool. Yeah, one of the big keys to life on our planet is what? Water. Yeah, our atmosphere too, of course. But yeah, water is one of the big keys. So that's why they're always talking about, Mars is one of the planets that could have had life. Okay? Yeah, Jacob.
I'd like to take a guess at maybe how it might have dried up. Like maybe it froze up and then eventually all the life there kind of died.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible,
so
yeah.
It just kind of dried out since really nothing
Yeah.
happens to the water.
Yeah, interesting theory. Okay? Yeah.
There's like a picture on the internet of like a so-called fossilized iguana that was found in Mars.
Whoa, I didn't see that. That's crazy. Very cool. Awesome. Okay, and our second article?
Mine's titled Female Flies Have Anti-Aggression Powers. And it's this new study that revealed that insects could lead to the understanding of how human aggression functions. And they found out that a flutter of neurons in the brain stops and starts people from getting mad at each other. And they found out that flies have the same neurotransmitters as insects.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we're kind of going to talk a little bit about that today, about how animals are great models, okay, for learning about ourselves, humans, even insects. Because insects are all made up of A, C, T's, and G's as well, the same genetic code that builds us. Okay, depending on the insect, some of them are 60% the same as ours. So really cool stuff. Awesome. Thank you very much for bringing those in. Yeah?
Don't we have like the same like genetics or something that's like or something like that?
Exactly. Every single living thing on the planet is all made up of A, C, T's, and G's. It's like a cookbook, just depending on the different amounts of A, C, T's, and G's and where they're located, the different sequence. That's the difference between a fruit fly and a human or a banana. So really cool stuff with genetics. That's our next unit, so we'll be diving into that in about a month-ish. Okay, actually when you guys get back from Santa Claus time. Okay? All right, I will take those because we didn't put those in the books. I will take those articles to get you guys your points. Thank you, sir. Got your name? I'll get your name on this. You're all right. Okay. All right, so last week we started anatomy. I told you guys how pumped I was. One of my favorite units. Really excited for you guys to dive into this. You're going to learn a lot about your human body. Okay? And at the end of this unit, one of the most interesting and beneficial experiences, I think, of your high school science career will be that 5-animal comparative dissection. Remember, we're the only class in the school that does 5 animals. Everybody in the school do the rat, but you guys are going to have the opportunity to dissect a turtle, a shark, a pigeon, and a pig along with your rat. So you guys are going to get to do a neat comparative study. So today we're going to kind of look into that. We're going to look into and debate the ethical questions and concerns that come up with an animal dissection. Okay? So I got a couple things to hand out to you guys, a little presentation that we're going to do, and then you guys are going to be moving and shaking around the room a little bit, working with your group members. Okay? All right, so let's get that going. All right, so we're going to call this the Great Dissection Debate. Okay, and I got a little sheet to hand out for you guys here. That is a pig. That's a pig. Do you guys know why is the pig utilized so much for as a model for humans? Yeah, it's extremely similar in both size and physiology. They're a mammal just like we are, right? Okay, they're a mammal, we're a mammal. What makes something a mammal?
They have hair.
Have hair and? What's that? Produce milk. Boom. Perfect. Okay, and their organs are very similar in size to ours. In fact, some people even have certain parts of their body transplanted using pig donors, like valves on the heart. Okay, my grandpa actually has a pig valve in his heart, which is pretty neat. The heart is so similar in size that they can use a cadaver pig heart and pig heart valves to make a human heart function. Okay, they don't do it as much now. They have synthetic stainless steel valves, but once in a while you'll see them use them. Yeah?
So this might be a bad question, but so say you have a pig and it donates like part of your body to like a human, and then they have a baby. Would that baby be part pig?
Yeah, great. That's a great question, and we'll learn more about that during genetics. It's the whole nature versus nurture. What happens during your life, and what were you given? Okay, when you guys decide to have kids someday, it's your genetics that you pass on. Is that pig valve part of your genetics? No, it's not. The sex cells that you guys make, the sperm or the egg, have nothing to do with that pig valve. Okay, so the pig valve does not change your DNA. Okay, good question though. Yeah. Any other questions about that? All right, cool. Let's cruise into this. So like I said, we're going to call this the Great Dissection Debate. I need a quick volunteer to rock out that first paragraph really nice and loud for me. Okay? Yeah, Corinda, thank you.
There are many surgeons who say that they first discovered their life's passion standing over a dissected frog in a middle or high school biology class. But apart from inspiring the medical professionals of tomorrow, what is the purpose of dissection? Why has it always been an important part of the life science curriculum, and is it still necessary today with all the new technology that is available to students?
Okay, so that's what we're going to attack today. We're going to look into, hey, what are the benefits of animal dissection as a model for our human body? And with the technology that's available out there, is it still a necessary practice? Okay? How about the second paragraph for me, nice and loud? Yes, ma'am.
We're going to use textual evidence that supports and denies the importance of dissection in the high school biology classroom. Regardless of your own personal beliefs, your job will be to defend and debate the side of the issue. This will be a multi-step process and will end with a personal reflection based on both your personal beliefs and evidence cited by you and your fellow classmates.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So how many people have been involved in a debate before? Is anybody here on the debate team? We have a debate team here. No? No one? Okay. Yeah, they're part of another group. I'm trying to think right now. But yeah, it's part of this speech team. Yeah, part of the speech team. There's a debate part of it. So really cool. Yeah, so if you guys really enjoy this, maybe that's something you guys could look into. So we're going to run a debate here. And like the paragraph said, leaving your personal beliefs behind, you guys are going to be reading a couple of different articles. One that's pro-animal dissection and the benefits that it has in the classroom, and one that's against, okay, animal dissection in the classroom. You're going to have some time to read those articles, okay, and then come up with your own opinions. But first, I wanted to give you guys a real quick kind of introduction to dissection, okay? Let me hit that light for you guys. So dissection's been around a long, long time as a means of studying human anatomy and animal anatomy, okay? And I'm not going to get into, a lot of where I sit, okay? I'll talk about that a little bit, or I don't want to influence you guys at all. But dissection's been around as far back as 300 BC. More recently, in 1990, they did a little research study across the United States, and they said about 75 to 80% of all biology classrooms in the United States uses animal dissection. And more recently now, today, because of the new technology that's available to us, there are actually 16 states, including your state, Illinois, that have a requirement for schools that they must provide alternatives to dissection practices, some kind of web quest or other alternative for the students to utilize. Okay, so that is available to us. All right. Now, I have some pretty strong history with dissection. Okay, I see both sides of the issue. I bet you guys have never met a bigger animal lover in your entire life. You guys know we have animals in the classroom. You guys know I used to work at the Brookfield Zoo. You guys know I'm big into keeping aquariums and my pond back in the backyard, and big fan of always hanging out with my dog, going on some nature walks. Okay. But also, you guys know before this, my last career, I worked for 5 years at University of Chicago. And we dealt with all sorts of different animals in the children's hospital there. In fact, I think I mentioned to you guys that there would be a whole bunch of monkeys in one room, and then right next door, there would be leukemia patients, human leukemia patients. Okay? And they had no idea that there were animals right next door to them. So, yeah, it was kind of interesting. It was funny when we would walk into the room and you would see, you know, parents and families going right next door to the next room, and they probably had no idea what was going on next door. And the company I worked for was Charles Rivers Labs, and their big motto was, who would you rather see live? It's kind of harsh, but at the same time, it's because of these animal models that you know, these kids, thousands of kids' lives are saved. And then, of course, you guys know here that we do an animal dissection here. This is a picture of two of my more squeamish kids from last year dissecting a turtle. Okay, so yeah, definitely an animal lover. So I see that side of the coin for sure. And also, I see the research side of the coin as well. Okay? So this is what we're going to do for the great dissection debate. We are going to give one side of the room an article that talks about the pros, okay, how it's beneficial for the class. And we're going to give the other side of the classroom an article that talks about how maybe it's not necessary in the class anymore with today's technology. Okay? So we're going to pass out those articles now. And then afterwards, if you want, before we get into it, you can go over your tips. So make sure everybody gets one of these. Don't do anything with them yet. Coming down, guys. And then you guys are getting a different article over here. And don't worry, they're the exact same length. Okay. Make sure you guys get the right one. Okay. Coming down. 1, 2. We're good here?
Yep.
Okay. All right, does everybody have an article? Cool? All right, so next we're going to go over a few tips on how we want you guys to go ahead attacking this article.
Okay, so various reading strategies we've gone over when reading nonfiction text, either in here or in your other classes. What are some strategies that you use when you read through text? Colin?
Underlining or like circling important things to remember.
Perfect. Yeah, so underline keywords. And then you said circle what?
Things to remember.
Yeah, okay. So circle key information. Good. Is there anything else when we are annotating or going through that you guys can recall? Yeah, Martina.
Putting a question mark on the words you don't know.
Perfect. Okay? So you're continually asking questions when you go through the text. So asking questions. And definitely when you're reading through your articles today, we want you to circle key information of words that you don't understand. So you can ask Mr. Nielsen and I for help. Okay? Alright, so when you read through your article, make sure you use these strategies. You have plenty of room over on the sides where you can be annotating, mark up the text, highlight, underline, and circle out the keywords. Okay?
Alrighty, so we're going to give you guys 5 minutes to read and annotate this article. Okay? So you're going to have 5 minutes, go through all the steps that Mrs. Macklin went over with you guys. Okay, circle, underlining, highlighting, writing questions. You're going to have time afterwards to work with your LP and build your debate arguments. Okay, you'll also have some time to ask us questions on words that you don't understand. Okay? All right, so 5 minutes are on the clock. Everybody got a highlighter or a pen? Keep the highlighter noise down, please. No, I'm just kidding. little less pressure. That's the next step with your LP.
I thought we just went 5 things then.
Eventually you will be, yeah. That's going to be your argument for your debate. Okay. Guys, a couple of you guys are plugging away at the worksheet. Don't go to that step yet. Focus on the text because I'm going to tell you how we're going to work the worksheet. Okay? Right in the middle of reading this one here, so we're reading and annotating it. Okay, so just circle, underline, highlight anything you need. Okay? recycle it. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a little annoying, huh? All right. So your time's up, guys. Some of you guys might have got through. Maybe a couple of you guys have a paragraph or so left. Next, you guys are going to work with your LP, and you're going to work on making your actual argument for your debate. So we're going to give you guys an additional 5 minutes to work with your LP. During this time, if you guys get out the original worksheet, the Great Dissection Debate at the top with the bullet points at the bottom, you guys are going to come up with the 5 biggest pieces of evidence that you guys feel are the strongest pieces of evidence from the text that would help support your claim. Hopefully when you guys read the article, you were able to see what the overall claim of the article was for your debate. You're going to talk with your lab partner for 5 minutes and come up with the 5 biggest pieces of evidence that you think supports that original claim. Okay, yes?
Do we have to actually let it quote from this or just like...
I want you to use actual evidence from the text. It doesn't have to be an exact quote word for word, but I want you to, I don't want any personal opinions right now. It's all got to be evidence that you found straight from the actual text that you guys read. Because, hey, some of you guys might not exactly agree with whatever side of the debate that you guys got, right? Some of you guys who are sitting over here might be, personally might feel that, maybe dissection isn't the most beneficial thing in the classroom, and vice versa over here. So sometimes that's hard. You might have to debate something that you don't necessarily 100% agree with. All right? So I want you guys not to bring in your personal opinions yet. That'll come at the end of today. I want you right now just to use actual evidence from the text that you guys read. Okay? Now, you don't have to agree with your lab partner which 5 are the strongest for your debate. You can come up with your own as well. But we're going to give you guys some time to strengthen that debate. Okay? So using your sheet at the bottom there are 5 bullet points. These are the bullet points at the bottom of page 1 that you and your lab partner are going to work together to make 5 big pieces of evidence that support the claim on whatever side of the situation you guys are on. Okay? Any questions? When you get done, when you guys are happy with your 5, start practicing with each other how you want to bring them up. What's a good order? Because you're going to be doing a 2-minute debate. We'll give you guys some debate tips next. But you guys are going to be doing a 2-minute debate with someone from the other side of the coin, the other side of the issue. Okay? So kind of practice it with each other as well so you guys are ready to go. All right? Any questions before I give you guys the 5? All right, so I want to hear some good discussions with your LP. We have a couple people that can make like a super powered group. So Alec, if you want to either turn around or work over here. Okay, Allison, same thing. Okay, I know you're a little bit behind as far as the reading the article, but they can help you fill in as you go, okay? So use this 5 minutes to kind of get caught up. All right, any questions? You guys ready to rock? All right, here we go. 5 minutes starts now. So why don't you scooch over one, Alec, and or turn around, and you can join these guys or the young ladies behind you. Okay. So you two guys can talk over what you guys think were strong points.
Because when I was trying to read the article out loud, he just actually
All right. Well, would it be okay with you guys if Brian joined your group? Okay, Brian, why don't you turn around and join these two gentlemen here? They don't have to be exact quotes. They just have to be specific evidence from the text, not your personal opinions. Okay? Figure out what are the strongest points from the article. What will help you guys debate your claim? Don't just copy each other, share with each other. Okay? Talk it over. You got about 2.5 left, guys. After you're happy with your 5, go over with how you're going to introduce them. You're only going to have 2 minutes to debate this. Start to work on your argument. A little bit longer than a minute. Did you two discuss which ones you thought were the strongest? Okay. Do you guys agree on the 5 you thought were pretty strong? How are we doing over here, okay? You girls ready to go? You notice that every time a dog gets up, they always stretch first. Yeah.
That's what I do every time.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'm
We're both mammals, right? All right, guys, kind of start finishing up your points. If you didn't get to all 5, that's okay. Okay, whatever your strongest ones that you guys got to. It's going to beep at us again. Okay, so if you guys would put your pencils down after you finish that thought, put your pencils down. I'm going to go over a couple little instructions here. The first thing I want to give you guys is a couple of debate tips. So you guys are going to be debating or having a conversation with, okay, someone from the opposite side of the fence as far as this debate goes. Okay, we're going to be doing a little bit of moving and shaking here, so it's important to listen to directions so you guys all get in the right spot. Okay, a couple of debate tips, kind of a funny cartoon from probably one of the most famous debates ever in history. Okay, it's important to make sure that your stance is clear. Make them aware of what your claim is. Yeah, we only have 2 in here, and they're going to know what your claim is because you're coming from the opposite side of the room. But make sure it's nice and clear. Use evidence from the text. We're not bringing in our personal opinion yet. Okay, make sure you speak slowly so they understand because they are going to have to be taking notes on this. All right. Use all your time. So you're going to have about 2-ish minutes each. But stick to the subject being debated. Don't try not to get off topic. And then you're going to end up taking notes from your debate partner. So if you guys flip the sheet over, on the back side, there are 5 bullet points under step 2 there. Do you guys see step 2? So you guys are going to be flip-flopping around the room so that you're each matched up. And we might have to do some creative switching with a couple people. But you're each going to be matched up with a fellow classmate who has an opposing viewpoint. Okay? You're then going to get time to each debate, 2 minutes each. And then after listening to your classmate, you're going to write down what was their evidence. All right? Then we're going to have some time to kind of counter debate, if you will. Okay, a rebuttal period where you guys can talk about each other's evidence. And then we're going to kind of get back together as a giant group and talk about, hey, where do you guys sit and where do you guys feel on this situation that we're going to be heavily involved with here in less than a month, a couple weeks. Okay? So I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock. This is how you guys are going to flippity-flop. Raise your hand if you're on the left side of your lab partner group. Raise your hand. If you're on the right side of your lab partner group. Raise your hand if you're on the left side of your lab partner group. Yeah, it should be 2 columns, right? This column here and this column here. Okay, and then same thing over here. This column, so Alex should have his hand raised, right? He's a little sleepy today. He's like, oh, me. And then this side here, okay? You guys are going to flip-flop with the same person in your same column on this side of the room, okay? So for instance, Jacob is on the left side, right? Who is he going to switch with? Right here, right? He's going to go here. And you are going to go where Jacob is, and so on and so forth. Okay, Elise and Guy are going to do the same thing. Okay, so kind of give yourself a second to kind of figure it out. Now, a couple of tough switches are going to be like Alec. I'm just going to have you move over here to work with Allison. Okay, so that way you guys are paired up, and then we have a couple situations over here. We're going to have to kind of make a bigger group with you guys in the back. I'll help you guys with that. Okay, so you guys can switch, but then we're also going to have these two people are going to have to fill in. But we'll work that out. Okay? All right, I'm going to give you guys about a minute to switch. Don't do anything yet. I just want to give you guys time to get in your spot. All right, ready? Go. Hey, take your yellow sticky note with you if you got a yellow sticky note. Okay? Let's see how you guys do. If you got a yellow sticky note, switch with it. You're moving, yeah.
No, but he had on his way over here, so no.
But you have to move too.
Yeah.
You have to go over with his partner. You're going over to see. Oh, look, we're going to have Snow White and Prince Charming are back in action together here. Okay? Awesome. Okay. All right, so then we got you two guys. So, Roseanne's figuring it out. Okay. So, you guys are going to be a group of 3. Okay, and you guys are going to be a group of 3. Josh, stay here. We just have a couple of big groups because we don't have enough pros. Okay, so stay over here. So we have 2 groups of 3. Everybody else is in a group of 2. Okay? All right, so you guys are going to have 2 minutes. We'll start with the pros first. Okay, pro dissection first. Okay, which originally was this side of the classroom, but now you guys are all over the place. Okay, so we're going to start with the pros. Look over your evidence. You're going to have 2 minutes to put your argument together. Let them know what your claim is, and then talk about the evidence that you guys saw from the text. Okay, don't read it to them. Talk about it with them. Okay? You got 2 minutes. Ready? Go. Are you pro? Are you pro or against? You are pro because it's a valuable part. So it's your turn. So you're going to tell her all about this stuff. Okay? Yeah, don't read it. Just tell her about it. You're not necessarily reading it verbatim. You're telling them what your key pieces of evidence are. About 30 seconds. Keep going. Talk about your points. Hang on, Tim. You're next. You're next. You're the next group. All right, time. Okay, good job, pros. Okay, Now, I'm going to give you some time to record stuff afterwards. Don't worry. Don't freak out about not having everything down. I know that's not enough time to hear a man write everything down. Okay? Now we're going to flip the side. Okay? So now the people that are anti-dissection in the biology classroom, you guys are going to go. You guys have, maybe I can do it. Maybe not. Maybe I got to do this. I'll figure it out. All right? My smart board is an average board today. So you guys are going to have 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, to debate your side of the coin. All right, ready? Go.
There is no time to be soft. There is no time to say that I'm not going to be more. Well, she kind of acts like she doesn't.
Well, Dylan, remember there's going to be an alternative option for you, so I don't want to get too worried about it, okay? You got time. You never leave time on the table in a debate.
All of these are wrong, except for a few. Don't you just take dead animals, like already dead animals?
Yeah, but they are born and or harvested for that exact purpose. So they are bred in laboratories for educational purposes. They don't take animals off the street. They don't.
But do they like kill them or do they?
They're euthanized. No, they're euthanized. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, time's up. Okay. So you guys have each had some time to debate your side of the issue. I want to give you guys about another 2 minutes to make sure you guys have their research cited evidence from the articles down on your side, on the opposite side. So take a couple minutes to do that. Okay? And then I'm going to have you guys move and shake back to your original seats. We're going to talk about how we're going to sum this up. Okay? We'll have about 5-ish minutes left. Okay? So take some time. Make sure you have all their evidence. You guys can help each other out a little bit too. You guys can talk about it with each other. Make sure they have it all down.
Make sure your 5 on the back side are filled out. 5 bullet points on the back side.
Do you want to read it aloud to everybody just like that? You guys good over here? How we doing here, okay? You guys got it? Need a little more time? Okay, guys, it looks like you guys are just kind of finishing up or pretty close to there. Okay, for the sake of time, we got about 5-ish minutes left, and I want to get you guys finish with this, we can summarize it. Go down to step 3 at the bottom of the back page. Okay? And I know Colin really wants to read this aloud to everybody. He does. You're joking? Okay, I'll read it to you guys then. All right. It won't be as fun as when you read it, though. So, summary and conclusion. You guys have now heard both sides of the debate. And now is your job, now it's your time, to go ahead and bring in your own personal opinions and your own personal beliefs. And I want you guys to write a 6-sentence summary, including evidence from both sides of the issue, both the pro side and the against, okay? And then bringing in your own personal thoughts and opinions, so experiences that you guys have been through, former dissections, whatever else you guys can think of, okay? And you're going to write a 6-sentence summary based on what you guys just did today, as well as your own personal thoughts, okay? And there's some blanks there for you guys to do so. I'll give you guys want to flip-flop back first, or you guys good where you are? Good where you are? Okay, all right, hang out where you are. You can also discuss this, guys. You can have a discussion with them if you want, okay, if you want to know what their personal beliefs are as well. What's that? What's that? Oh, the smell. Yeah, there's a little bit of an odor. Yeah, the shark's actually probably the worst, and the turtle. Sometimes you get a pretty smelly turtle. Shark is about 2 feet. About 2 feet. Okay. Pig is a fetal pig. So it's small. It's like maybe that big. Okay. Full-size pig? No. We won't be bringing in a full-size pig. The turtles will surprise you how big the turtles are. They're big. Yeah, wait till you guys see Mrs. Macklin cracking open the turtle shell. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, Shelly doesn't get that big. I did last year. I put up some butcher block paper around her, just so she didn't have to see her cousins. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, we're learning a lot about Shelly, right? You guys will know more about Shelly in a month than you ever thought you would. They're right before you guys leave for Thanksgiving time, so while you're cutting up the turkey, you can think about your dissection. You're like, oh, I know what that is. Yeah. No, they're after turkey time. Yeah. They're right after turkey time. But you guys could practice. You could practice some of your skills. Just be like, Dad, I got this time. I need to practice for my dissection coming up next week. What's that? Well, some of them are inside in a little baggie for you. Yeah. They usually include like the gizzard and the heart and the liver in there for different soups or flavor. So you could take those out and enjoy them. Do a little mini turkey heart dissection, for Thanksgiving activity. All right, in the last couple of minutes we have, does anybody want to share a couple of their summary ideas, some of their personal beliefs, or what they got from this? Yeah, Josh. Okay, so maybe there's a way we could reduce the amount of animals that we use? Yeah, definitely important. I totally agree with you there. Yeah?
I think that section should be in the classroom just because it's hands-on learning, but I don't think that scientists I don't think they should kill very many animals.
So again, you're worried about like reducing or reusing. Okay, yeah, there's something called the 3 R's. Okay, and reducing and reusing the number of animals is a big part of that. Okay, just like when we talk about recycling. Okay. Oh, so yeah. These are not they do not take any animals out of the wild, if that's what you're thinking. All these are grown in laboratories or born in laboratories for educational purposes. Okay. Yeah.
I always thought they used like already dead animals for.
Oh yeah, we will not be doing any of the euthanizing ourselves in here. Of course not. Okay. Now, when it comes to our actual dissection, guys, we will spend an entire day talking and getting you guys ready to go. We'll talk about the safety and the ethical questions that revolve around the dissection. So we'll get more into that towards the end of the year. I thought this was just kind of a fun activity to kind of get you guys to start thinking about that kind of stuff. Okay? Any questions on what we did today? Comments, ideas? All right, real quick refresher. Yeah, I want to give you guys time to get back to your seats. You guys got reading homework tonight, 992 to 998, because we're going to start talking about the circulatory system. I will collect these for points tomorrow, so make sure you guys have the summary done. All right? Sorry, guys. Grab your stuff. Have a great Monday evening. We'll see you upon your return tomorrow.